All right, good morning, everybody. Hopefully, everybody's having a killer day today. It's Tuesday. I had something kind of on my mind this morning. I've been talking to a few people recently, kind of about goal setting, hitting their goals this year. Obviously, it's been super challenging, all kinds of noise going on in the world right now. So I think people, it's been interesting to watch how people respond to all the noise we have going on in the world these days. Man, so many people seem to have like shiny object syndrome. They have the whole new latest and greatest thing and, flipping houses, want to get into that, want to get into Bitcoin, whatever, all the lazy, raise and craze stuff that's going on right now. And, it's crazy to see how many people just bounce from thing to thing to thing to thing without giving enough time to stay consistent with some of the things that they are really good at. And so what I see is a lot of people set big goals. They set big action items for themselves. They get very clear on what it is that they want. And then before you know it, within a week or two, they just quit, and I think we've all seen it. We've seen people on social media put out there, here's our goals, here's what we're going for, I'm doing this. 2 weeks later, it's this, and then the next week it's this, and then the next week it's this, and then the news says this, and just you see these people go in these patterns of just bouncing from thing to thing to thing. I call it shiny object syndrome. So, what I wanted to do, I figured I'd pop on here and make a video for some of you guys that feel like this is an area that you struggle with. You kind of have an idea of what you want, ultimately, what you're trying to work towards, but you have a really hard time getting there with the consistency side of it, or you start it and then you fall off, and you start it and you fall off, which again, we've seen plenty of people, have that happen to, super common. And, I used to be one of those people, so I get it. One thing that has helped me out tremendously, that basically has allowed me to stay on track with hitting my goals, is I'm one of those people that needs to break it up. I'm a really big picture thinker, but what I found was it didn't matter how big my goals were that I would set for myself. They didn't mean anything if I didn't actually achieve them and get there. It was just all talk at that point. So what has really helped me out tremendously was basically focusing on just winning my day. If you wake up in the morning and you have a very clear idea of what you want to do for the day, for those of you guys who've been following me, like I said, I talk about my morning routine quite a bit. I get up first thing in the morning. Before I do anything, before I check the emails, I go out for a run. That gives me about a good 30 to 45 minutes to just basically stay inside my head, think about what I need to do for the day, kind of think about big picture goals and what needs to be done that day to work towards that direction, to get me to where I need to be. And then immediately following that, I'll head into the gym for another, 45 minutes of lifting, again, just to kind of plan out my day and think about what I'm going to be doing. And then during that time in the morning, what I do is I lay out my goals for the day that need to be done. I have a notepad on my phone. So as I'm running or as I'm working out and I'm kind of thinking about my day, and there's, I try to outline 5, 6, 7 critical tasks that I need to do that day that need to be accomplished. They're going to fit into my big picture goals. And I'll whip out my notepad and I'll basically write down those goals in the morning. So like I said, my first hour and a half is not only dedicated to basically fitness and just, getting my head space, getting my blood flowing, getting my day started, but it's also my self-reflection and thinking time and basically planning and organizing. So what I do is what I found is as I sit down and I write out these goals for the day, lay them all out for myself, it's super easy to go through that list throughout the day and just start checking it off and making sure I'm hitting it. And there's something powerful in every day just taking these little actions and hitting these goals for yourself that is going to lead to your big picture. So, at the end of the year, if you set this big, massive goal, it's kind of like being at the bottom of the mountain and you're looking up. It seems super unrealistic to hit that goal. But then when you break it up by a month, and then you take that month and you break it up by the days, basically, and then you take your day and you break your day up by the tasks that need to be done. So basically you're reverse engineering that big goal down to where you need to be. Becomes so much easier for you guys. I think for those of you guys that aren't good at day-to-day tasking, I would really get good at that. Get out a notebook every morning and just basically start writing down the things that have to be done, things that you constantly find yourself giving up on. It's human psychology. We're going to give up on ourselves first. That's going to be, your mind is going to fail on you before anything else. You're going to talk yourself out of it. You're going to give yourself bullshit excuses when things get hard, or it's okay, I'll do it the next day. And guess what? Every day that you give up an inch on something like that, it's just going to hold you back from hitting the big picture goal of where you're trying to go. So staying consistent with what you do and breaking up your days is going to be exactly what you need to do to get to where you need to go. Like I said, so for me, try to focus on winning your day. Winning your day is a whole lot easier than trying to win the year. But if you win your days consistently, you're going to win your years. So for those of you guys that do struggle with hitting goals, for those of you guys that, fall off consistently break down your guys' days every morning first thing. Get in a morning routine if you guys don't have one. Again, it's super hard to just get out of bed, get dressed, head into work. The energy's low, you're not feeling it. But if you get up real early in the day before your phone's ringing, and again, I know it sucks for those of you guys that aren't morning people, but just try it. Give yourselves, like I said, 30-day commitment to getting up every day at about 4 a.m., 4:30. Take an hour to go for a walk, go for a run outside. I know it's cold. I don't really care. Bundle up, get dressed, get your notebook out on your phone or carry a little pad with you and think about all the things that need to be done that day that are going to get you closer to your goals. These could be 5 to 10 actionable items, but don't make it too big and unrealistic. Just focus on, like I said, I try to focus on like 5 core items that need to be completed that day. So break that down, write it down in a notepad for yourself, and then execute on that every day. At the end of the day, you should be able to flip that notepad open as you're going through the day and make sure that you're hitting these actionable items. If you're doing this every day, I promise you guys are going to start seeing some pretty massive results. It's like a compounding effect. You're not going to feel it just in 1 day, 2 days. You'll definitely start feeling better, but you'll be surprised as it compounds and as you do this every single day, 7 days a week, just making these little changes of holding yourself accountable to these little daily goals. Just start there. Just make sure they align with your big picture goals. You guys are going to see some pretty massive results. So hopefully this had some value for some of you guys. Just wanted to pop on here. I'm going to try to do a few more of these this year. So if there's anything that you want to see, anything that you want some thoughts on how I do things with my day or how my team does things, feel free to shoot me a DM and I'll definitely try to make a video for you guys. But other than that, that's all I have for you guys. Hopefully everybody has a kick-ass day. Get out there and crush it, guys.